Hey, and thank you for clicking play. I've neglected to do some stuff. We have already played with Batman, obviously, FA-18 Interceptor, New Zealand Story, and you've seen the Amiga and all that is the glory within. But what we haven't really done is have a look at the bag of discs. The discs in a disc bag, because they're in a bag that's made for discs, because it's a disc bag. So, what have we got? And we're going to go through these in turn, but obviously we've got Workbench, and you'll discover how little I know about it. We've got Workbench Extras, and you'll discover equally how little I know about that. We've got something I don't think I ever played with, which is, it just says the very first English version. The very first English version, the rest were in American. I don't know what that means. We have, let me just skip one. We have Deluxe Paint 2, which I've already played with doing the logo for my channel. So we have already used that, so we don't need to fire that up. But we also have this mystery blank disc, which looks to me like it was one that originally came with the pack as an extra disc. So what did the original owner of this pack put on this disc? We're going to find out today. Let's do it. So first and foremost, I need to fire up Workbench because I'm pretty sure all these discs require Workbench. So let's do that. In she goes. Thunk. Pile of discs is there. Move my other mouse out of the way. The Amiga chugs away. Are you excited? I'm so excited. I'm not that excited. I'm quite excited. I have actually been using Workbench a little bit for just teeing it up with Amiga Explorer, as you would have seen the previous video. Also been messing about in Deluxe Paint. Entered the competition that Doug is running from 10-minute Amiga Retrocast. My entry isn't any good, but it was just a nice exercise in playing about with Deluxe Paint and recreating an image that I did back in the day as a kid, basically, is what I've done there. So that was good fun. And I do like the feel of a big, heavy ball mouse in my hand, which is good. It's just something about it. Using this mouse again on an Acer. Well, Acer ended up buying the Acer mousepad. They ended up buying the rights to Commodore at one point, didn't they? Well, they bought Gateway, who in turn had bought Commodore, so, or bought Amiga or something. Here we go, Workbench. So first and foremost, obviously it tells us how much memory I've got, which is nice at the top there, because I've got the 1 meg expansion. Well, the 512 expansion bringing us up to 1 meg. Never really knew that much about what to do up here. There we go, that tells us what version of Workbench I assume. Version Kickstart 3.4.5. Don't know what that means. Last error, okay, snapshot. Isn't it when you change stuff? My Workbench is write protected, so I can't mess anything up. RAM disk, obviously if you watch my one on using Amiga Explorer, you know you can basically use that, a portion of RAM as another disk, which is very handy. I didn't really use that back in the day. Let's have a look at what's under Workbench 1.3. Let's just go through every single drawer and I'll talk about what I remember using or what I don't. We'll do that in turn. Trash can, obviously like a recycle bin, so that's handy. Utilities. Right, so look, Notepad. I would have used Notepad. I wrote some of my homework up on my Amiga, not often. I did have a dot matrix printer. I've actually just got hold of another dot matrix printer, by the way, but that's another story. And it's a mess. But I typed like this 5,000 word story about, I based it in like the mercenary game world. So I typed that up. How do you change fonts and stuff? Can you do that in Notepad? I don't know, can't remember. But yeah, I wrote the whole thing up. And look, this is the only word processor program I've got on here, unless there's something on the extras disk. So I'm assuming it was in WordPad. There's no spell checker, but look, very much like Notepad. What does that do? Is that different pages? Oh look, different pages, fantastic. Get rid of that. Not even a note to say, do you want to save your work? Oh well. More, what's under more? I have no idea what this is. I don't know how that works. Well, let's just exit, press return. I don't know what that is. Clock. Ah, okay, so one memory around clock. Seems like a silly thing to... That's not the time, by the way. I don't have a battery backup in my memory expansion. I need to add one. But when I had my Amiga, I thought it would be cool. New Year's Eve, of course, everybody wanted to watch Big Ben, which is what we ended up doing. I didn't actually spoil New Year's Eve for my family. But what I did find is if I plug my Amiga back into the antenna, like the wrong, instead of into the TV, into the antenna in my room, it could actually send the signal very poorly down to the TV downstairs. And so I tuned it in downstairs and showed everybody, look, we can just watch the Amiga clock and we'll know when it's midnight. And they were like, yeah, how about you turn the TV back to the BBC and we'll just watch Big Ben. Much better idea, to be honest. And I'd set an alarm and everything, but I thought it was cool. But yeah, other than that, this clock, it's pretty obvious what clock does. Clock PTR. Does that just print what the time is? I have no idea what that does. No idea. Say, look, this is fantastic. Everybody that plays with Amiga Workbench played with this, and probably we played with this more than anything else, because why wouldn't you? Here we go.
I am an Amiga. Hello everyone. Apple Max suck balls. Amiga forever. OE.
OE? Oh yeah, that was meant to be. There we go. Yeah, good fun. How do I exit these windows? Look, just in all honesty, I can't remember. Oh, there you go, just press enter, apparently. Calculator, does what it says on the tin, pretty much. There we go. So a 69-year-old lady got on the 222 bus, which collided with the 51 bus, and she was in hospital for 8 weeks, and she came out. Anyway, right, so that's that. Command. No idea what that does. Anybody know what command does? I've got the manuals, but that would just be cheating. Graphic dump. Now, when I played with Amiga Forever, when I first got it on my PC, I found this fascinating. Just the fact that you could do this. You click this, and then suddenly my printer in the other room started chunking away. It's not going to do this now because I don't have a printer connected to the Amiga. And sure enough, I had a printed copy of the Workbench screen. Why is that a feature? I don't know why that's a feature, but when I did it, I was like, oh yeah, I remember that's what it does. It just, basically, whatever's on screen sends it to the printer. Print files, I assume that will let you print files. I don't have any printer installed and I don't have any files. Right, that's everything under utilities. System. CLI, so that's like your command prompt, isn't it? That's like your command prompt, which I don't know how to use. Disk copy, that's for copying disks, obviously. Not as good as Xcopy. Format, I assume that format's a disk. Is that, but you can just do initialize up the top here. Don't know. Fast mem, well, we don't have any fast mem. Set map, what was that? Was that to do with, I'm not going to go into each of these. Initialize printer. No key map specified in icons tools types, e.g. enter key map equals USA in info menu. Okay, I don't know. It's acting as a UK keyboard, so that's all I know. Initialize printer, no fast mem. So we've got fast mem and no fast mem. And memory merge. I had never played with those. Fix fonts, what does that do? See, this is, look, this isn't showing you how to use Workbench, as I'm sure you're aware. Yeah, I know it's write protected. That's because I don't want you to change anything. I'm glad it's write protected. This is all I ever used to do with Workbench was like, oh, I wonder what this does. Oh, no, a bit scared to touch it. I'm not going to play with it. Okay, what's expansion? Nothing. There is nothing there. Empty. Empty is empty. That's good. That does what it says on the tin. And shell. Now, shell's a command line. So what was that other one? CLI. I don't know what they do, and I'm not going to pretend I do. Okay, preferences. I just want to get onto the other discs, to be honest, because I know there's nothing. Look, I never knew what this icon was meant to be. It's only now that I found out about the Amiga 1000 that I realised that that's meant to be an Amiga 1000, that icon there. I didn't know back it, because look, it looks nothing like my Amiga. So I never knew what that was meant to be. We've got another thing for printer. Why? Why have we got printer in so many places? Okay, so here, as you would have seen me do the other day, is where you can set your, under serial, sorry, is where you can set like your terminal speed and all that for communication via the serial port. So that I do use. And what I did do back in the day is this kind of thing. So look, oh, let's do, in fact, one thing I could do is make the background, I do remember playing about with this, make the background look kind of grey. That's not grey, Chris. Yeah, we know. Make it look kind of grey. Because my nephew, he got a newer Amiga and it had Workbench 2. And while I wasn't jealous, I was a little bit jealous. So what I did do was play about with, you know, can I make my Amiga look like it's got Workbench 2, even though it hasn't. So I'd, you know, sort of play about with changing the colours, which I'm not doing very well here. But you sort of get the idea. Or you can actually edit your pointer, and I do remember specifically doing this. So like, oh, let's give it a bit of a drop shadow, shall we? So it's going to give it sort of a shadow of itself underneath. It's not going to be very good because I'm not very good at this kind of shit. There we go. There we go. Look, see, and that's what shows you what it's going to look like. And we could do that. I'm not going to do that. If I click OK there, oh, it's a risky move. There we go. Look, now I've got this little drop shadow. Ooh, edit pointer. Hopefully, if I click restore. No, no, it's not. Oh no, that's okay because all I did was that. So I assumed restore would put it back to normal. This is why my disk is write protected. Right, I'm going to click OK there, and that should put it back. Good. Okay, good. Let's get out of here before we break something. Oh, what else can we do? Oh, we can do the speed of your double click, and you can change your speed of the mouse as well somewhere. It's all there somewhere. Oh, we can change the date and stuff in here as well. It's all there. Right, that's your preferences. Copy preferences. What do you do? Copy them to another disk? I don't know. Printer, what's under here? And serial we've already been into via the preferences, so we don't need to do that. Ah, here we go. Here we go. So printer, narrow tractor, that's where you choose. Yeah, this is what I remember seeing. And what type of printer is it? Is it custom or is it generic? And I guess if you've installed a specific printer driver, then that would appear here. Right, okay, let's cancel out of that. It always goes back via preferences, which is weird. Right, so that's that. Yeah, okay, that's pretty much everything on the actual workbench. Oh, that's what that clock thing did. I don't want that. How do I stop that? I don't know how to stop that. There's one way that you often stop things, and that's by selecting them again. I don't like that. So hopefully if I run this again, it'll turn it off, hopefully. Well, it seems to be off now. Oh, I don't know what that was about. Right, so let's put in the extras disk. So that was Workbench, and I bet it's going to ask us for this again, so we'll keep that handy. Extras 1.3, Amiga Basic 1.2. Amiga Basic, that would have to be another video in itself, and I can show you how little I ever learnt about Amiga Basic. Right, extras. There's Amiga Basic there. Look, I seriously, you only got your basic demos. Let's have a look at what the demos are. You got your speech, that's that. You got screen, bit plane, screen print. See, I've really probably should have got into this. List me, demo. Let's just run demo. Object edit, terminal. Oh, there we go. It just gives a heap of demos. So that's Amiga Basic, just bouncing around. That's some polygons thing, circles. Oh, look at them all running at the same time. Of course, if you close some, the other ones get a little bit faster. See, that one gets a lot faster. And you can make it big and stuff. I never really was very impressed with any of... Oh, you can't make it big. I thought you could. I'm sure you can. Yeah, so you got all your basic demos in there, and you got Amiga Basic here. Look, I don't get Amiga Basic. I did a thing on Spectrum Basic via emulation. I'll do another one when I get my actual Spectrum, and I've got my Electron now, so I can do some more programming on that. But I never got it because it doesn't work like BBC Basic. See, typing run does nothing, and I knew it wouldn't do anything because I've been here before when I was like 16. Oh, what if I type run there? Oh, it does. Okay, that does work. Current program is not saved. Oh, first save prompt I've seen. Do you want to save it? No, because it was rubbish. All right. What we've got under tools. Free map. See, I don't know what any of this does. Right. Tools. PC util. PC format. Is this, see, can you can make PC disks on the Amiga. We'll have to come back and play with that at some point. Yes, yes we will. Well, there we go, look. Right, let's see what's on the next disk. So the next disk is the very first Amiga. And I swear I have never ever looked at what's on this. I'm sure I would have done back in the day. I'm sure I would have done. I just don't remember. Maybe it's something I did once and then used the disc for something else. No, wouldn't have done that. I don't remember this. I seriously don't remember this. Please insert Workbench 1.3. Of course, we're going to really... We love inserting Workbench 1.3. Please insert the very first. Why did I bother sitting down? Notice I'm staying standing this time. Yes, a wise move. I love my Amiga. It's best this way. This is how it should always be. Please insert the very first for the very last time, maybe? No, please insert. Why? I don't know why I have to do this so many times. If this just then does nothing. Oh, here we go. Oh, this is exciting. I don't think I ever loaded this up. Either I didn't have this disc with mine, it's like a tutorial, or I just never bothered because I would have straight away just loaded Batman and be done with it. Grasp the mouse, I shall, and move the red arrow so that it's its point will be inside the yellow box here. Okay, yes. Then press the left mouse button on the mouse. Wow. What if I do it not there? I'm going to be a rebel. No, it doesn't. That's fantastic. Great! Do it again here. Congratulations, you are now using the most advanced microcomputer technology available today. Today, here in 2020, this is the most advanced microcomputer technology available. Do it again here. Yes, because clicking is fun. Instead of the mouse, you can move the arrow keys by pressing... see, I wish I'd known that when my mouse wasn't working. So what do? By pressing an Amiga key and an arrow cursor key together. Yes, that works. Oh, why did I not know that? Why did I never know? Because I never ran this disk. That's why I didn't know this. So either Amiga key, it doesn't matter. You can't do it without the Amiga key because, you know, that would just be helpful. Instead of clicking the left mouse button, you can use the left Alt key together with an Amiga key. Oh, let's do it. Let's do it here. It's not very helpful. It's not very good. It goes slow and then it's like a game all in itself. Right, and then Alt. Oh, look at that, the skill involved in that. Double click, this one is tricky. It is tricky. My dad found this very tricky for years on a PC. How would I have got into this disk if I didn't know most of this? How would I have fired this up? Maybe that's why I never did. Oh dear, I'm bored now. We're learning where the disk drive is because we wouldn't... How did we get here without knowing where the disk drive is? Never remove a disk from the drive while the green light is on. See, some people say it shouldn't matter. Well, this tells you it does. Get the most from your Amiga with a color monitor. Oh look, I need all these things now. Oh look. You can learn how to use Workbench and you can learn how to use the CLI. I'm not going to do all of them. I'm going to quickly... See, I never learned how to use a CLI. So when I jumped into DOS on a PC, well, it was like starting again. I don't want to press the Workbench in again. No, I'm going to cancel. I'm going to have to revisit the very first again. So there we go. There's quite a few things on the very first disc, and I probably should have paid more attention to it as a child. And not just played Batman. Workbench done. Extras done. The very first. Interesting. Very interesting. Deluxe Paint we've already done before, so we don't need to go back there. What, we've all come here. What is on this disc? Let me just say, before I put this in, none of the videos I do on YouTube are intended for kids, and what we find on this disc is not my fault. Okay, just wanted to put that out there. This is the previous owner, 100%. I've not doctored this disc, I've not changed what's on this disc, and I do believe they gave you an extra disc in the pack for the purposes of, you know, writing files or making backups or whatever. What's on the disc? Sorry, after all that build-up, it's just a backup of Deluxe Paint. It's just, so clearly what the owner did was went to the trouble of making a backup copy of Deluxe Paint 2, and that's what you've got. And from what I can tell, there's not even any image files or anything on there. Let's load up Deluxe Paint from this, and we'll just do a quick file open to see if there's any image files, but I'm pretty sure there's not. Maybe there is. Maybe there is. I didn't actually think that far ahead last time I did it, but I think they'd show up here, wouldn't they? They'd show up in the window. Yes, that's fine. Yeah, they would show up in that folder. Unless they were hidden. Load. There's, oh, what's this then? So we got backup pick, we got Emma. We got Emma map. Reference palette, seascape tree. Do these just come with... I don't know, what's this? Oh look, I don't think this is part of standard D-Paint, is it? Okay, let's see what else is on here. Emma map. This is some kid's drawing. Look at that. Actually, I'm really pleased with this now. I seriously just thought, okay, it's a backup of Deluxe Paint. They've actually put some stuff in here. How cool. How cool is this? Seascape. Oh, this is fantastic. I think that's an image that comes with it, isn't it? I'm pretty sure. And somebody has maybe attempted to modify it. Unless somebody has done this, in which case, flipping out, that's pretty good. I remember some things from Deluxe Paint. But those two Emma pictures, they definitely look like the work of a kid. Oh, look at this. They're quite nice trees, actually. That's actually not a bad effort at all. It looks fairly simple, I know, but the sort of differences in shapes and colours and shading and stuff, that's quite cool. There we go. There was something on this disc. Well, look, if you come across this video, okay, here's something I have to add in here then. If you come across this video and you had a Batman pack that you put away in the loft and hardly used, and this picture rings a bell and you know somebody in your family called Emma, I have one thing to say to you. Thank you. Thank you so much for looking after this Amiga and for putting it all back in the box, all pristine. I am now the very proud owner of this setup and I absolutely love it. Seriously, it makes me emotional having this on my desk, and it's getting regular use as part of what I do on my YouTube channel, but also just reliving my memories of playing all the games that I had back in the day. So I think that's a great way to end this video, actually. I'm really chuffed to and feel privileged to have this pack. All right, thanks guys. Thank you very much.